Is this thing recording? Um, Luzello Art asks, how do you draw your poses from the imagination? Or she just really asked about the poses and stuff. I'm going to show you a bunch of resources. This might be useful to anybody. I don't consider myself really the expert, but I do know where a lot of the resources are. First of all, I'm going to show you how I do it. Is basically I draw something that Alphonse Dunn calls a mannequin, and it's a stick figure, and you just sort of flesh it out. You figure out where it is, and then then you start playing around with the poses, and you figure out how it's going to go, and you imagine it in space. And that's basically the concept here. But as far as like how this actually works out, like how is it actually done, there's a number of books. The first one I want to show you, hang on for a moment, we're going to share my screen. Okay. The way I originally learned is this book, How to Draw Comics the Marvel Way. Don't tell anyone, but I think I might have actually never given back the version I got at the library when I was about 10 years old. So I might still, I don't know what the statute of limitations are on missing library books, but this book is pretty good as far as just raw stuff. And this is a free PDF of it. It's on academia.edu. I don't know if it's meant to be free, but it's in there. And where I want to show you is, well, there's some stuff about drawing shapes and forms, but here's a lot. This is the same concept as the mannequins I was showing you. And you see this concept a lot, and I think where this comes from and where you can get a lot out of it is George Bridgman's Constructive Anatomy. And this is another PDF. I actually just Googled it, and this is what came up. This is a version of the old PDF, and you can see it's kind of the same concept right here. But let me show you something else. I've got one of these at Amazon. At a pretty cheap copy. I think this is like a $5 copy on Amazon of Constructive Anatomy, and this one was recommended for when I was taking a drawing class, and it's pretty good, and it has everything in it. But there's Bridgman books, George Bridgman, it's no E, Bridgman. There's a book of 100 hands, which just says hands. There's all kinds of things like that. In addition to Bridgman, there's also Andrew Loomis. This is Andrew Loomis's figure drawing for all it's worth. You can find this in PDF as well. Same concept. Includes snapshots of walking and running, balance, rhythm, and rendering. I know there's some nudity, but also if you want to start at an even more basic level, same guy, Andrew Loomis, but this is Fun with a Pencil, which is about cartooning, and you're going to see the same concept of basically creating a mannequin and posing the mannequin. You don't need a real mannequin for this. You need to just have the concept in your mind and be able to draw the cylinders and forms and the stick figure. And it's the same concept that I use, and it's used by almost all cartoonists when they're constructing things. In addition to those, I would also recommend Ken Holtgren. He was a Disney artist. The Know-How of Cartooning, and this is at a more basic level, but it's super useful. Same deal with the stick figure, and figuring out how the action works from there. And then finally, we're getting into some more modern stuff. The How to Think When You Draw books. Now, if you haven't seen these are excellent, and they're super useful, but it's like an encyclopedia, so you have to find so depending on what you want to draw, let's say you want to draw squirrels, there's a squirrel page and has how to draw the squirrel. And once again, you're going to see a lot of the same concepts. How to draw monster heads, how to draw monster tentacles. It's almost, there's actually 5 volumes now. I think they're coming out with a 6th. I believe it's on Kickstarter right this minute. So you can actually go, it's a bit expensive because they have to be shipped from the UK, but these are really good. And they have a website that you can just go on for free, and they have all the tutorials, or most of the tutorials, for free. Here, I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, so the Etherington Brothers website is theetheringtonbrothers.blogspot.com. They also have a DeviantArt website, and they have a Instagram account that has most of their tutorials on it. And the tutorials are either quick tips like this one, which is how to draw like a vehicle. This is a van. To get your truck right from any angle, draw the shoebox. Then you should sort of place your vehicle in the box. There's some animal characters, breaking glass. It can get really specific. And he's an excellent artist. They can show you also things like how to do, this is choreograph a battle in comics, right? How to draw a battle. And he's giving you different compositional ideas. Extreme close-up, a balling fist, a wide-angle shot, foreshortened shot. And he just keeps giving you ideas. When you see one of these links, it's on almost every entry. You click on it, and there's 300 tutorials down here. Comic covers, clouds, cloaks and capes, foreground, midground. I got a lot of use out of foreground, midground, background, girls' hair, gems and crystals, lampposts. It's some of it's kind of random, but it's always useful. It's always interesting, and what's important is he tells you not just how to draw the thing, but how to think about it so that you incorporate it into your visual library. Now, I've showed you a bunch of resources, and obviously there are more out there. There's probably things that like the Morpho books are pretty useful. There's a lot of books on inking and perspective that are floating around out there. I would also recommend Scott McCloud's Understanding Comics. But if you want to get involved with drawing, and this goes to anybody watching this, come to the Adventures in Comics Discord, and I'll show you why. I'll show you for why. We have one of our channels is resources for artists. We also have resources for writers and publishing and all that other stuff. And we have around 200 members, and we're always putting stuff in. Like, for example, Sideburns just posted a video he got a lot out of. Alpay Efi's How to Actually Become a Better Artist. As also Magma Studio, which is a tool, like a digital tool. This is me posting about ink, because I'm obsessed with ink. And skirt references, I posted that one. We're always posting stuff in here. And there's even some how to think when you draw Etherington Brothers stuff. Basic horses, right? Horses are always hard to draw. Including any PDFs we find. Another thing that we often do as well is I take classes whenever I can, and if there's something that I have from class that I can share, for example, in Scriptshare, a lot of times we get scripts for the Kubert classes when you're doing narrative art. If it's a script that you can share, it's probably in here somewhere, and you can just go and look in the pinned messages, and you can see these are assignments that we got. There's all kinds of stuff that's out there. There's stuff for tools and supplies, Procreate tips, Clip Studio. Those are the two main drawing programs that people in our group use. I'm a Procreate guy. Other people are more into Clip Studio Pro. There's all kinds of stuff. How do you get to our Discord? Follow this link. This is an invitation. And it's kind of like a message board, as you can see. There's different groups. We also publish, there's a lot of joking around in the general group. We also publish an anthology. We published normally 3 times a year. I think this might be, we're working on the 2nd issue of 2023, which is Adventure Awaits. I can show you a bit of it. I don't know if I posted too much art lately in there. No, there's not too much art lately, but oh, there's page share right there. This is some stuff from the cover from the one previous that was in January of this year, which was the Uncanny Journeys issue. And, you know, people post their comic pages as they're working on them. We have a lot of people kind of working together. And you can post in critique. Let me find the critique channel. It's around here somewhere. Critique Corner. We also have a one-on-one instruction channel where we talk about here's Sideburn sharing one, which is, you know, what do you think about this, using these two characters like having an angel come out as an exaggerated sigh of relief in cartoon language or comic language. How does that read, right? And you know, it's a lot of that kind of talk where we talk about these are things getting critiqued. I think that's a Sideburns Zatanna. What is this one? Oh, it's Sideburns again. So you can get help. Help is available depending on where you go. There's self-help. You can get it at the library. You can find books, websites. I recommend checking out Alphonse Dunn if you haven't checked him out. And a number of other places.